Hey guys, for today's video, I'm going to be watching a replay of one of my subscribers here on my Twitch stream. And we're going to be reviewing his game because I think this is a great example of what a lot of you guys struggle with in terms of laning. That, like, if we fix some of these laning issues, get better control of our lane and our character, and like go over certain mechanics, you guys can all raise an elo very quickly. So let's go ahead and get started. First, never watch here. So if you're sitting here, this is wrong, because if the enemy invades and they go around this corner, then like Hook from Nautilus as he wraps around the corner can still catch you out, maybe even catch you out as you spin away or whatever. Literally just stand here. It's just a public PSA. But anyways, let's go into laning phase. So, laning against Mundo, you want extended trades, and you want to get the lane in a position where you have plenty of room to run down the Mundo. If you're constantly pushing in Mundo and he's sitting under turret and just casting his Q, getting his cleavers and just CSing for free, that's not what you want. You want to pressure and dominate this matchup, and I'm going to show you how. So, as we watch, the Mundo walks into range of Tryndamere. Very important. Like, especially, like, we take lethal tempo on Trynd. If they walk up, and especially, like, we don't know if Mundo has bone plating or not, whatever, unless we, like, looks like he has second win this game, but if your opponent has bone plating, you can get a quick, their bone plating off real quick. And you can stack up lethal tempo. If your opponent doesn't have pressure on you level 1, you always want to look for free stacks of lethal tempo while you're building up your Fury. Just because you auto once doesn't mean you need to all in right now on all of his minions. You can get a lethal tempo stack, back off, and just CS these minions. And either way, like, you want to position your character behind your minions here. That way you're not in range or in a position where you're going to hit by cleaver or where you're positioned to get auto attack for free. You never want that. Always trade auto attacks back rather than going for that minion if they're looking to pressure you on that minion. Get that lethal tempo stack, especially something you dominate early, and you do a lot better. So, as we go through here, very angry man, aka Mike, my boy Mike, takes a very good trade. Now, he ends up missing out in this kill, and it's just a very simple reason. He didn't ward the bush as he went down, but you see, he spun through and past the Mundo. He auto-attacked, and he's moving in between auto-attacks pretty well, which you absolutely should do. That way you can maximize your damage. Ward the bush. You see how he's trying to cut off the escape path from the turret? That way he can maximize the amount of auto-attacks he gets. That's perfect. But because he didn't ward the bush, watch this. His character walks in the bush, and Mundo just walks past. And instead of being below and ahead of him while he's going to his turret, now he got ahead of us. So, ward the bush, get the all in. Either way, like, probably at most the Mundo flashes. We probably don't get the kill here unless we get, more crits. But either way, like, good trade. Also, he spun back in with his lethal tempo up. No crit, so no kill. That's fine. Now we just want to shove this wave in ASAP. So you want to shove this wave in before this next wave comes all the way up. That way your wave doesn't end up in a bad spot. So what ends up happening here is if this Mundo walks up and pulls this wave up for this next wave to come in, a very angry man, aka Mike, could be in a very bad spot. Walk the wave into turret and get that wave shoved in a little bit earlier. That way you can crash the wave all the way into turret. Very important. So you do that. This is a decent ward. Kindred can hop this wall and kind of get around this river ward. If the jungler has no way of getting over the wall unseen, like you're not playing against J4, you're playing against, I don't know, Zinzao, you can put a ward out here and this will give you vision of the blue buff and of river. So this is probably the most important part of laning. This is what you all get wrong. This is what this video is all about. Now, when this wave's shoving in, You notice how Mike is stating back here, Mike has auto attack enabled. So if he walks up close to the minions, his character will start swinging the sword and mess up minions. He wants this wave to shove back, but you don't have to give up minions for it. So let me explain. Look how close to the turret Mundo is. Mundo's next wave has less distance to travel to meet with your wave, whereas your wave has more distance to travel because it's on his side of the lane. Makes sense? Makes sense. So because of that, this wave, even though his minion is, like, his minions are a little bit low, this wave will still shove into the Tryndamere. So that being said, Mike doesn't have to stand back here. He's got the ward. He can get this minion A-okay. He needs to be just, like, spamming Q, getting his health up, and we're preparing for the hardest part of laning phase. And that is controlling this wave as it shoves in. This is a mistake everybody makes, including myself, in some point in time where we're just not actively managing it. So, this right here, this wave is the most important wave of laning phase. So, you have 6 minions here. He has 7 minions plus a cannon. So he's got an extra caster, extra cannon. Now, if you want the wave to be like right here when you eventually all in the Mundo, that way you have plenty of room. Because right now he still is somewhat close to his turret, and you might not get the kill. He's got no Fury right now. And yeah, here's the crux though. Mundo will hit level 4 off of killing these 6 minions. If Mundo hits level 4 and you don't thin this wave, then what ends up happening is what ends up happening to Mike here. So what ends up happening to Mike, he doesn't thin out the wave, Mundo shoves, now he's got a cannon minion, plus a bunch of other minions around him. He's level 4, the Tryndamere didn't build up Fury, and he didn't stall this wave shoving at all for this next wave to come up. So, let's go back 15 seconds. If Mike starts auto-attacking here, builds up some Fury, stalls out this wave from shoving by killing a few of the enemy minions, the enemy minion wave will still shove unless you just go absolutely crazy. This minion wave will still shove, and you could build Fury, and you can stall this wave for this next wave to, you know, reach about right here. And remember what I talked about, what that Mundo could have done by pulling the wave? Well, you could do the same thing on Trynd. And the better you control this wave right here, the less damage you can take, the more control over the lane you can get, and hold the wave in a perfect spot for another. So, he controls the wave better here, he holds it right here. But now, like, he didn't stall, so he's got too much time, and he tries to pull the wave, he's trying to do the right thing, but it's not working out. He doesn't know why. Well, it's because he didn't thin the wave. Very important. Very crucial part of that laning phase. And, like, Mike is silver, but he's going to be gold soon because he's learning the ways. He's learning the ways of wave manipulation and what mistakes he can make, or what he's made, that he can fix very easily, just a simple change of mind, to do a lot better in laning. Now, because he took so much damage here, even though he hits level 4 and matches the Mundo, now he can't all-in him because he lost too much HP. So now what he needs to do, he needs to Q heal when this comes off cooldown, he needs to use his potion, build up Fury, and just pray that the Mundo stays in lane instead of going back and grabbing some cloth armors. And, you know, sitting under turret. So, yeah, he lost so much HP here. So, like, what Mundo should do right now, Mundo, like, should just buy a couple cloth armors. This wave shoving back in Mundo, he won't even have to TP, and he can buy maybe double cloth on the way back. Alright? And then his lane is in good state. But since he didn't do that, there's still room for Mike to make a good play here. So, built up Fury. He spins. He doesn't spin through the Mundo. Make sure that you position your character to spin through your opponent, unless you're playing against Yasuo or somebody else that can just dash through you with one of their abilities. Like Shen. So Shen and Yasuo. Everybody else, you spin through and behind them. And that way you can be between them and the turret and the all-in. Mike needs to ghost instantly. That way you can stay right on top of this Mundo, because there's a moment here where he loses out on an auto attack because he's not right on top of him. So I think he ends up getting the flash, which is good. He probably would have just gone flash anyways, but maybe he wouldn't have taken that turret shot. Maybe he would have taken a little bit less damage. So Mike has a very good opportunity here. So just because the jungler is ganking does not mean that this is a lost situation. Levels mean a lot. This Kindred's coming up with no items, no red buff, and is level 3. This Mundo, walking up, Tryndamere can spin, flash, auto, and kill this Mundo instantly. Spin, and then flash to apply your spin damage with your flash. If you don't know that combo, look it up. I have videos. All right, look up 5.2 spin flash. Okay. Anyways, spin, flash, auto, kill the Mundo. He gets triumph from his runes, and then he's able to kill the Kindred as well. If you don't believe me that he can 1v2 this, watch this. Look how little damage this Kindred does. So, Tryndamere doesn't even W here yet, and like, he's about to take the third proc. Look at his health bar. He's fine. Imagine insta-killing the Mundo and having Triumph heal on top of that, and then Wing the Kindred and slowing her down and just running her down after that. And he had the Skarner pathing. And it's not even like a crazy limit test. Now, what ends up happening is, because Skarner came in and the Mundo's just, I don't know, he's just AFK in this bush or something, I don't know. This is silver. Still ends up good. Still, but he could have done this solo. He didn't even need his team. So, going through the very early part of laning phase, a lot of stuff Mike can do here, but honestly, a lot of stuff that you guys can learn. So we went through trading patterns, how to trade effectively. We went through positioning a wave management. Talked about warding, positioning level 1. Now, let's go and talk through a couple other things, right? Because there's a couple things that Mike does that I want to mention as well. One of the few things I noticed during this replay when I coached him, which, by the way, I coach, it's $50 for a VOD review, $100 for 2-hour coaching. So if you'd like a coaching me to look over your replay just like this, and kind of hyper analyze your gameplay, see what you can do better, come on my stream. You could type !tip or !donation. Donation link come up. You reach out to me. We set up a time, and I coach you. And we just go over Discord. We're a one-on-one private call, and go over your replay in detail. Anyways, go here. So right now, something that I don't like Mike doing here is that he's using his spin right here just to get these minions. Once he does that, now he doesn't have spin to pressure the Mundo. And, yeah, Mundo hits 6 for free. Now we gotta wait a long time. So, here's what Mike needs to do. Mike wants to slow push this wave. But honestly, if the Mundo walks up like this at any point, Mike needs to go very, crazy. He's got a kill. He's got the assist. He's got, 500 gold lead in terms of items. So, Mundo walks up. Mundo dies. So, Mundo's playing back here. Honestly, if I was Mike, I would walk up here, and when Mundo goes for this minion, I'd spin on the Mundo and get any damage. Any damage you can get on Mundo, with this slow push in the turret, you can look to try to fish for a kill. So, walking up here. Very good slow push. He's controlling the wave well. Again, try to fish for damage, because any damage that you can get on this Mundo just makes the dive a lot easier, and he's 100% setting this up for the dive. It's what I've taught and trained him to do throughout my years of streaming. So he's missing the crucial, like he should spin on Mundo even right here. So spin through this minion onto Mundo, get some trade damage, you know, take 200, 300, 400 health off him here. And then when this wave gets him turret, he can dive with his ghost. So he'll have his ghost up for this dive. So trade. Look for trades. Because getting trades here makes the dive a lot easier. So he finally gets a trade. In fact, he just goes straight in for the all-in. Now, imagine doing this all-in, but you took a trade like a 2-3 hour trade with a spin back here, and then you crash the wave in, and then he starts out with lower health on this dive than he is right now, you'd win. Now, this is something that Mike doesn't do that he needs to do. Target champions only. Because when he gets right here, you'd see how his character auto-attacked and he stopped? You always want to be moving as close to on top of your target as possible. That way you don't lose range on him. So, Mike was afraid of clicking on turret accidentally. Set a hotkey to target champions only. Go to your game settings and treat target champions only as a toggle. That way you click the button, and then throughout the whole dive, you can only click champions. That way you don't accidentally misclick on a minion or turret. It's very good for all wins. Learn it. Anyways, because he doesn't have that, he doesn't position in between autos. The Mundo all of a sudden gets distance on him. And instead of him being able to save his spin to kill the Mundo and get out of turret range, now he has to go back in and he has to walk back out. Now, Mike still could potentially live here. It's so close. But here's a mechanic that you guys might not think about. So his ultimate has like a second left. What he could do is he can get to the edge of turret range and then walk back into the turret shot while his ultimate is still up and active, and then walk out of turret range again before the next turret shot comes out, and then he can Q to survive the little bit of minion damage. Now, you know, I'm not going to say he would have lived if he walked back in, because he still might be, it might be too close. He might not be able to get out if he walked back into the shot before the next shot came out. But it's something to think about when you're diving, for sure. So yeah, Mike dies just from that small mechanical misplay. He missed out on the plate in this wave. Sucks, is what it is. But some of you guys can all learn. Now, going to this, we've got just a little bit of laning phase left that I want to go over. We're going to go over one more kind of like series of events here. And then, you know, I'll stop from here. But this is going to be the last set of tips. So, Mike's got Zerkers. This Mundo has no boots. Right? What he needs to do is thin out this wave and look for an all-in. But, you know what happened? The Skarner ganked. So Mike has a decision. Do I go and help the Skarner? Or do I farm this wave? What's more worth, getting this wave or getting the Mundo? That's what Mike has to decide right now. Mike decides, I'm gonna, I don't know, should I help? Should I get these minions? Go one way or another. By the way, he 100% should go for this kill here. I mean, the Skarner had literally everything. I think Skarner pings the Tryndamere after. He's like, what the hell, dude? But, yeah. I mean, yeah. Either way, Mike shoves this in. Now, very important that you keep track of cooldowns. Tryndamere ulti's 120-second cooldown. But guess what? So is Dr. Mundo's cooldown. So, knowing that your Trynd ult is going to be up at the same time as Mundo ult, what he can do here is he can go in and kill this Mundo before he gets ulti up. Because Mundo gets a lot of healing and a lot of health when he's pretty low, right? So Mike was thinking, oh, let me wait for my ult and then I'll dive. Well, he waits for his ult, and guess what? Mundo gets his ult as well. Let's watch. So he's like, okay, I'm getting my ult here. Let's go in. Now, Mike should probably use his W slow here. Right now, as he's walking away. The Mundo already turned and cleavered. So Mike should probably use his W here. Like auto attack and then W. He uses his ulti a little bit early. Mundo, very low health, low healing, and he misses the kill. Cooldowns are important. You can dive without ultimate as long as you save your spin to kill the Mundo and get out of turret, though we don't 1-for-1. Or you can kill the Mundo knowing that your ultimate is going to be up like 2 seconds after you kill him. Alright. So, there's 10 minutes of laning phase review, hyper-analyzed in 21 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed the information that I'll put in this video. If you guys would like to see more of this content, please like, share this kind of content. I would love to do more stuff like this and help teach you guys the game. But this video needs to do well for me to be incentivized to do that. I will keep doing this, on stream occasionally just because I love doing it. But I would love to output this content constantly for you guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Bye for now.